Okay, what is the best sleeping position at 18 weeks? Now, sleeping position is not very important by 18th week, but what we usually suggest is you should always try to lie on your left side, because what happens is the baby gets good amount of blood supply from the mother when the mother lies in the left lateral position and sleeps. We always advise you to start practicing it right from the time when you're pregnant, because otherwise, women usually find it difficult to achieve this habit later on during pregnancy. So the best sleeping position is always to turn on the left lateral position and lie down and then sleep. Now, if a lot of people are worried, that unknowingly during their sleep they end up lying prone or they end up turning to the right side, what you can do is you can put a pillow on your back, which will always avoid turning into the prone position or turning down to the right side. Now, I'm 21 weeks pregnant. I missed my 5th month ultrasound due to lockdown. So is it okay to have in the 6th month? Since you've missed it, I think you should definitely go for it. Even if you're going it at the 6th month, you should definitely have that scan done from a fetal medicine specialist if possible, because that is one scan which I would not advise you to miss. And it is perfectly fine if you go in your 6th month and get it done. Okay, what is the right time for triple marker test and what can happen if it will be delayed? Saroj P. Palwa, yeah. See, Saroj, I think today for the Down syndrome screening, I think rather than going for a triple marker test, I would like to advise you to go for a quadruple marker, and you can do it till around 20 weeks. So I don't know how many weeks of pregnancy you're carrying right now, but if you're around 16 to 17 weeks and you've not done it till now, I think after the lockdown is over, or if you have an access to a lab who's doing it, you can get a quadruple marker test, which is much better than the triple marker, and you can do it till your 20 weeks of pregnancy. Is too many scans bad for the baby? See, now unlike CT or MRI or X-rays, where you have harmful radiations which can be affecting the baby or have side effects on the baby, in ultrasound what we are using is basically sound waves. Like what I'm talking to you is basically being used at a higher, very, very high frequency when I'm scanning the baby. So ultrasound is completely safe. But again, how many to do or how less to do is a question which is very difficult to answer. I would say the best approach is you do the number of scans that you're going to do during a pregnancy should be entirely dependent on the amount of benefit that you're going to achieve. So if you're in the high risk group, say the mother with advanced maternal age, if you have complications like diabetes, hypertension, you have a previous baby whose growth was less, in those cases, definitely we would require more amount of scans, and then you don't have to worry that they can harm your baby. But if it's a low risk pregnancy, everything is going fine, hale and hearty, I think on an average 4 scans, maximum 5 scans in a pregnancy would be more than enough. Okay, who should do screening? Does everyone needs it, or older women? Now that's actually a very good question, and I somehow missed out, I think, on this. Now, I think Down syndrome screening, there's a very big thought process here that, that Down syndrome screening should be done only for women who are above 35 or above 40. But let me tell you, Down syndrome screening is something which should be done for everyone. So if you want to know that your baby is having Down syndrome, you should definitely undergo a screening. For a screening program to be effective, if you effectively want to pick up babies with Down syndrome, it has to be offered to each and every pregnant female. Now, if I put down the statistics here, 1 in 200 babies can be affected with Down syndrome, and 90% of the affected mothers are young, as opposed to the belief that only when you have women with older age group, you need to screen them for genetic abnormalities. And when I'm talking about screening for Down syndrome, my main aim here is not to tell you that you find out Down syndrome and we are going to terminate that pregnancy. Now, whether you want to once you find out that the baby is having a genetic abnormality, say Down syndrome, it's a personal choice that you make, because it's not just the decision that, I don't want to carry this pregnancy further. There are couples who get pregnant after a lot of treatments, or there are couples who have their own religious beliefs because of which they would never want to terminate a pregnancy. But in these scenarios, I think these are the couples, once they find out if there is a problem, finding out that there is a problem would give them adequate time to plan for the birth of such affected babies at a center which has the facility to look after these babies, and also they can plan, make themselves prepared as to how to look after these babies. Another question was on Dopplers, when and how often to be done. Now, in a routine pregnancy, we would usually, as long as your baby is growing well, we usually would not do Dopplers. The only time when we do Dopplers is during the 12-week scan, wherein there is a blood vessel called as the uterine artery, which takes the blood from the mother to the baby. Now we look at the uterine artery Dopplers to basically find out whether there is any risk that the mother can have later on problems related to the growth of the baby, or the mother can develop hypertension. So if we find that there is an abnormality in the uterine artery at that point of time, what we usually do is we put the mother on low dose aspirin, which can help in improving the blood supply to the baby. Now, otherwise, as far as the growth of the baby is normal, it's always best to not touch the Dopplers. But if you find that there is a drop in the growth of the baby or a slump in the growth of the baby, depending on how much is the slump, you would decide on what Dopplers to be done. We can look at the various Dopplers like the umbilical artery, the middle cerebral artery, which takes the blood supply to the brain of the baby. And that would help us in deciding in delivering these babies at an adequate time. Because when the baby is too small, you don't want to get the baby out too early, because that will lead to long NICU stay and various other complications. At the same time, you do not want to keep the baby inside if the baby is not really growing well. From pregnancy line, can we judge or find out that the baby is normal or not? Now, I don't know what the pregnancy line means. If you mean the UPT kit, it can only tell you that you're pregnant, nothing more than that. For rest of the things, you need to go to your sonologist, get your scan done, and find the rest of the information. Okay, if the double marker test done at 12 weeks and is normal, do we still need to do the quadruple screen for maternal alpha protein? How do we look for neural tube defects? Now, once you've done a screening and it tells you whether you're in the low risk or a high risk group, you should not do another screening test like quadruple test to find out about alpha fetoprotein or any other thing. Because when you're talking about neural tube defects, today ultrasound technology has become so good that you can pick up 95% of neural tube defects on ultrasound itself. So you no longer have to rely on the maternal alpha fetoprotein to find out what is the risk of that patient or that woman or that baby to have neural tube defects. You've done a screening once, you just rely on that, and you don't do a repeat screening, a blood test for maternal alpha fetoprotein. Rather, I would prefer a good detailed ultrasound at 19 weeks to screen for any spinal abnormalities. Now I am 1.5 months pregnant, which would mean you're around 6 weeks pregnant. And yesterday suddenly my bleeding started. Doctors giving me reason that it's due to infection. So can you tell that what kind of infection is that, and it's a normal thing or not? Okay, Kritika, I think you need to have an ultrasound with your doctor to exactly find out whether there is an internal bleeding or not. And depending on that, we can decide as to whether you need to take any antibiotics or rest for infection or not. I think this, even if it is lockdown, you can, if the bleeding is too much, it would be good if you can go and consult your doctor. Please tell me about the diet that should be taken during pregnancy. I also want to ask that my NT scan and Down syndrome test is not done till now. I am 21 weeks pregnant. Okay, VG06. Now, regarding the diet in pregnancy, I think you can see, as long as you do not have a family history of diabetes, you do not have a tendency to develop high sugars, I think a normal diet is good during pregnancy. But always, to be on the safer side, it is good to have a high protein diet, because that does not escalate your sugars much. It does not make you gain too much of weight. You gain more of muscle when you have proteins, and it's also good for the baby. And also during pregnancy, it's good that you have small frequent meals, because a lot of us have problems of gastritis and you're not able to have a full meal. So it's always advisable to divide your 3 meals into 6 or 7 small portions. And as long as you do not have any other complications, you can actually have whatever you like. Now, since you're already 21 weeks, you have missed the bus to have your Down syndrome screening. But what can be done is you can have a genetic sonogram. So what we do is, now Down syndrome babies have certain features. They can have a small nasal bone. They can have an abnormal vessel coming out of the heart and all those things. So that's called a genetic sonogram. You can actually consult your doctor and ask for a genetic sonogram. And that is something that you can do at this point of time. So we have, okay, one last question. How I know my baby is growing well being at home? So sorry, there's no way you can find out that how well your baby is growing. Now, if you are around around 6 months plus, then you would be able to feel the movements of the baby, which would tell you that your baby is doing well. But regarding the growth of the baby, you definitely, if you want to find out how's the growth of the baby, you have to go for a scan. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the viewers who came online. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Dr. Prabhakar, once again.